So today, our training will be on the follow-up formula, how top real estate agents turn leads into closings. So, ang real estate business, simple ra siya. It's just that we can tend to complicate it. So when we really break it down, the fundamentals are katong tulo ka L's that I mentioned, leads, listings, and leverage. And so this training today is about how we are able to focus on leads to close the deals that we are working on. So why follow-ups matter? So 80% of sales require over 5 follow-ups. So kung namoy ma-meet the client or namoy mag-inquire, ikapila man mo mag-follow-up. How many times do you follow up? Ikaw, Hen, kapila ka ga-follow up?
Before, every day. But right now, I like after 3 days, and then the katong likod ni Miss Shane, 3 days, 5 days, 1 week, 1 month.
Yeah, it depends on, so the follow-up will actually depend on how the client responds. So hot leads, lahi ang way nga mo follow up ta compared to the warm leads, compared to the cold leads. But the thing is, 40% of agents give up after 1 follow-up. Kinsa man ang ingon ani? Na nag-inquire din, ikaisa ra nag-follow up, then wala na dayon. So majority of the agents are like this, or 44%. 50% of leads go to the agent who responds first. That's why speed to lead is very important. Meaning, how fast do you respond when a lead comes in? Kung naay mo inquire sa inyong Facebook post, naay mo inquire sa inyong Lamudi post, how fast do you respond? Kay most likely, clients are contacting multiple agents at a time. 5 ilang ginatextan na agents, 10 kabok ilang ginatextan. Whoever is the first to reply will get the client. So, ato ang standard diri is, kabalo mo sa atong standard response time?
5 minutes.
Yes, it's 5 minutes. Within 5 minutes, dapat maka-respond na ta. Otherwise, late na ta. After 5 minutes, late na siya. Nanay uni-una respond na client, ana. So, the core principle is money is in the follow-up because trust is built over time. So, we are actually in the follow-up business. Mo ni ang business sa real estate. We build relationships and we nurture those relationships through following up on our clients. That's why it's very important that we use a CRM or a follow-up tool. Because without a follow-up tool, how can we follow up in an organized way? So majority sa agents actually, they don't have, especially here in the Philippines, not only in CDO, we don't really use a follow-up tool because dili pa kayo siya uso in the Philippines, but in other countries like the US for example, nalagid sila basic ang CRM. But here, notes pa ang ato ang CRM, which is a very gubot na way to store clients. Kaya ang notes kay dili man nimo makategorize, so it's dili siya efficient na way of storing our clients. It's not an efficient na database. So most clients are not yet ready now, are still comparing, are waiting for confidence, timing, or funds. So there's no such thing as a buyer nga dili serious, but dili pa lang sila ready. So if you catch them in a time nga dili pa sila ready, then we have to continue nurturing the client until ma-ready siya. So our job is not to convince. So dili man kinahanglan ay hard sell ang real estate because when the client is ready, they will buy. Mo gyud na ang mahitabo. So ang closing dili siya grabe gani nga kailangan i-focus on because pag ready ang client mo palit na magid sila. What we need to focus on is following up. Okay, that's the journey of the client during the follow-up, and we journey with them through the process. So our job is to stay visible. That's why important na visible ta on social media because when we're visible, we become top of mind. Kay sige man tag post, so the clients will remember us when they are ready. And then to be helpful, to be professional, and to be consistent. Consistent in following up, in sending updates, in showing up for trainings. So our response time is, standard is 5 minutes. And kung engaged na ang prospect, like ongoing ang inyong chat, di na nato sila pahula tunog 5 minutes, we respond immediately. Especially when engaged or hot ang prospect. So because faster response time equals higher conversion. So, there are follow-up stages. So, when the lead is new, there is a template that we can follow. So, it's actually a series of questions for pre-qualification. So, for example, hello, John, this is Alex. Thank you for your inquiry about Intalio Estates. May I ask what you're planning to buy? Or may I ask why you're planning to buy? Is it for investment or end use? So, this is a pre-qualifying question. Because when we are able to pre-qualify properly, we can categorize each client correctly. And then we will know kung hot ba siya, warm, or cold. Kay dili man ta mag-spend og equal time on all categories. Of course, kung cold siya, why spend a lot of time with them? Monthly ran lang follow-up for cold leads. So magka-frequent dayon as the temperature increases. So we have a qualification follow-up called a BANT chart. But dili na to ni sila isend nga questions nga murag BIS nga sir answerin ni tanan. So it has to come up during the regular course of the conversation. So when a client inquires nga, oh, I'm buying for end use. Mga tanan din ka, do you already have a budget range in mind? So and I also further ask, for example, the client will say, my budget is 5 million. What is your preferred payment term? Is it cash or bank financing? So if the client will say cash, klaro na nga 5 million cash. But if they say bank financing, you have to qualify further. May I ask, what is your gross monthly income, both spouses if married? So that I can compute your maximum loanable amount. So you also have to know how to compute kung pila ang maximum na ma-loan ni client para dili siya mapalaw. Kay what if nag-reserve siya og magna obra pero pang magnum di ay ang iyahang income. So there are ways that the client can really qualify, but we have to advise them. For example, I had a client who reserved in Intalio Estates. Iyang income is pang ROCA, but she really wanted a magnum. So I told her nga, your current income is for a ROCA unit. Do you have a co-borrower that you can use or you can include para your income will increase? So iyang gi-ask iyang mom to be her co-borrower, but later on she ended up getting the unit herself kay mag-increase man yung income sa January, which is this last month. So December mo to siya nag-reserve. So okay ra gyapon, at least the guide ang client. Now we know na okay, by January ma-qualify na siya for a magnum unit because of the increase of income. So if dili mo increase ang income, they can get a co-borrower. And the co-borrower has to be like a first degree relative, like has to be a spouse if married, automatic man ang spouse if married, parent or sibling. Muna siya. But if wala gid siya yung mga co-borrower nga parent, for example, old na kay ang parents, or ang siblings niya kay bata pa kaayo or they don't want to be co-borrowers, another option is to get a co-mortgager, which is what another one of our clients did. So they got a friend, himo din siyang co-mortgager. But the co-mortgager will be in the title. Unlike the co-borrower sa loan documents ra siya, the co-mortgager will be a co-owner of the property. So you can get another person not related to you to get a home loan with you, but they will be a co-owner na of the property. So kailangan po siya i-think, ikaw ba ang magbayad, di ba? Usually kay ako ang mag-pay, kinahanglan lang nako siya para mudako akong loanable amount. So next is after budget authority. So it's important to ask, will you be deciding alone or with your spouse? Kay napoy times na I was talking with the wife, o niya ang decision maker di ang husband, nipalit na din ang husband through another agent. So we need to talk to the decision maker directly. So if the client is married and akong ba naman ang magbuot, ani kinamang gina decision maker sa both spouses. So i-include na si husband sa group chat para you can talk to both at the same time. Or yung business partner di ang mag-decide. So it's important na i-clarify nato ni siya upfront para dili masayang ang ato ang time. Pre-qualification will save us and the buyer a lot of time. Next is ang need ni client. So they might have special needs or requirements. What's your preference in terms of size, location, when do you need to use it? And then the timeline. Are you planning to buy within 3 months, 3 to 6 months, or later this year? So that is our BANT chart, and this is what we need to ask when we have a new inquiry. So, for example, sa BANT na chart is na siya 3 out of 4. So, meaning that is a hot lead. So, diri din siya musulod. I want to buy within 30 days. So, the follow-up na frequency ani is daily kay urgent man siya. Kay gusto naman siya mo palit. So, your questioning or the way that you handle this client is mag-set na din tawag appointment or site viewing. Like, are you free today? So I can explain the payment breakdown, or I can hold this unit temporarily. Do you want to check the model unit? So, i-meet na din nato ang client because it is a hot lead. And then if the client is an engaged client, meaning willing mo buy within 3 months, so the frequency could be every 2 to 3 days. So, napot tayong mga scripts that we can follow. So, it's actually like a series of scripts that we can follow to talk to the client. And then for warm leads, it could be weekly, kay 3 to 6 months man, could be weekly, it could be bi-monthly. So, since warm pa siya, they're still looking around. What we can send them are possible na mga options or updates on the project. Like for example, with Intalio, mag-launch na ta sa phase 4, or ang update ni client is we have a commercial unit within phase 4 nga i-launch ani nga date. So, mga whatever updates that we can give our clients. Or karon kay 90% done na ang phase 1. So, that can help nurture the relationship with us seeming pushy. Nga dili ta magsigig asi kabalo naman ta nga 3 to 6 months. So we can add value by giving updates about the project or about the location. And then for cold clients, once a month na lang dahil kanang 6 months and up pa siya. So that's why it's very important to use the BANT questions for pre-qualification, because naay mga clients na cold clients but that they will ask a lot of questions. So masayang ato ang time. So when we are able to classify nga 6 months plus pa di ay, then we will know nga we can send them initial info but we don't need to follow up frequently. Okay, so this is the follow-up tool that we use. Kinsa naman ang nag-use og Nurture Your Leads dere? Sila na tanan. As of yesterday. The OWL app. So this is a very powerful tool. This is a CRM that we use in nurturing our leads. This is key to follow up. Okay, kung mag-follow up ta and we have more than 20 clients already, di naman gid basigo sa tong brain, di ba? Especially since each client has different needs, lahi-lahi sila og properties nga gi-inquire on. Some clients are even inquiring on multiple na properties. So like na isa tulo ka buok. Gusto siya condo, ka-consider po siya lot, ka-consider po siya house. So at least with Nurture Leads, we can create like a property or a deal card, and then we can update there so within that deal card for that specific listing. Para all the updates kay specific siya to the inquiry, para dili confusing for us. So we know exactly kung unsa ang status for each na deal. So this is the website. Hi, Ollie. nurtureyourleads.com. Okay, so action item. Can you type in nurtureyourleads.com sa inyong phones? Taba may Wi-Fi. And then add 2 leads there. In case wala pa mo naka-add. Or add 2 more kung naana mo ay Nurture Your Leads. So with Nurture Your Leads, it's very easy to add. You just need the name, naapoy number. Actually, pwede naman good name, but the more complete your information, the better. So, for me, I put in, ga-ask kong email if the client will message me. So, I usually ask for their email. If sa Facebook siya mag-message, I still ask for their email and their contact info. Para the more info I can log in Nurture Leads, the better, kay mas kompleto. So, you can also log in the link to their Facebook profile. Diba, ang uban clients, they keep on changing their name sa Facebook. Like, ibali nila ilahang name, kataod-taod kay inchik, Chinese na ilahang name. So, lisod na nato i-search. But when we have the link, we can just click on the link and it will bring us directly to their profile. Kay dili naman na ma-change ang link. So, that's why, kung natin ka-chat sa Facebook, ilog na ang link sa Nurture Your Leads para easier for us to contact them when we need to follow up. So you can also tag them. So important kay ang tagging sa Nurture Your Leads because that's how we are able to classify clients. For example, the client inquired on Intalio Estates. So when we add an Intalio Estates tag, we can see all the clients who inquired on Intalio, and we can create a smart list for that. So naana sa left na side nga na smart list, it's basically a list na of, for example, ang smart list nato kay client list of all the Intalio Estates inquiries. So, tanan na nag-inquire sa Intalio, mo appear siya sa smart list. So, instead of looking at the whole database, makafocus lang ta on those that inquired specifically on Intalio Estates. And dito na din ta mag-follow up. Based on the temperature sa iyahang, or based on the need ni client. So, of course, we start with the hot leads, and then the warm, and then the last na din ang cold. So, na-add na ninyo, or nakita na ninyo? And then we also have the winning blueprint. Sige, i-share na lang ni Elroy ang link. So, for the winning blueprint, we have this formula, 50 new conversations about real estate. This is weekly. So, you can just break that down, 10 a day. That's what you need to focus on, 10 a day. And then 20 follow-ups. Of course, kung na yung conversation, pagka may ng client nga, just get back to me tomorrow. I have to talk to my husband. So, tomorrow, you will then follow up on that lead. And then, usually, that will result in 5 viewings and 1 closed deal. So this formula is already proven and tested. We have seen the numbers in the winning blueprint nato nga chart. And those that are inputting their daily, kay maka-close yun sila regularly, kay consistently. So just focus on 10 leads. 10 leads a day lang. Okay, so our action item for today is to message 50 clients. Pangita mo sa inyong phone or sa messenger o kana. You can change this one. This is just a sample, but if namoy lahi nga style, you can also adjust the messaging and then i-message yung inyong clients. Sige, so I'm going to do a timer for 30 minutes.